We got literal, what's his name? The dude who, the shoe came, Bo Jacksons. We got literal Bo Jacksons down here. Like, they can do everything.
Isaiah McKenzie.
Came
from Kansas City.
Isaiah McKenzie came from, shout out to Isaiah McKenzie, man, playing for one of the best teams out there right now, the Buffalo Bills, man. Like, I remember he came to Miami, played the Dolphins, and scored on us so nasty, and I was still so proud, because it was, at that moment, it was like, nah, fuck the Dolphins. I see you, Isaiah. I see you, bro.
Dalvin Cook.
Ooh.
You feel me?
Ooh. Yeah. Played football with him.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, like, bro, Miami, bro, Kansas City, bro. Whether they want to call themselves Kansas City or not, bro, like, y'all down the street. Shout out DeAndre though, but nah, he that's why basketball. I'm talking about little brother. He just got drafted. Yeah, he just got drafted. Yeah, definitely. So it's just shit like that. But again, they got another brother named Dalvin. DeAndre Barnett. Yeah, but he shout out.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to a special episode of Kickin' It podcast. Yes, sir. We got Justin Smith back in the building.
Yeah, we had to finish him last time. Yeah.
We got Luke.
I'm here.
So I'm gonna keep it real. Like, who got some shit to say right now?
Man, let's just first give thanks, man. Let's first give thanks. I'm actually stealing this from a podcast that I saw. They gave thanks, man. So for real, let's give thanks. Let's give thanks to those before, those after, those that we have now, man. And let's go ahead and talk about the city, man. Let's talk about where we from. Let's talk about where we from, man. Go ahead. Oh. Shucks, man. The zoo. Kansas City. Miami Gardens. Even the Opelika area, really. All of that is really just... That's everything, man. Everything that we know.
Okay, so
Pretty much.
So we just gonna introduce where we from. Like,
cool.
I was born and raised in the city, but I grew up in Kansas City, if that makes sense. I moved there when I was like 11, 12 years old. So, yeah, I was born in the city, but if you ask me where I'm from, I'm going to say Kansas City.
Man, I'm a Kansas City native, born and raised. All that city shit, I ain't even finna claim no other city and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with y'all boys. But nah, I was born in Opelika, but raised in Kansas City, most definitely. Most definitely, bro. So, Kansas City, Miami Gardens, really. But to ones who really know, Kansas City, you feel me? We ain't never call that shit Miami Gardens. Oh, so what's going on? Hey, listen, first of all, I appreciate y'all for coming, bro. You feel me? Y'all boys ain't have to slide to my crib because, you feel me, it's pretty lit that y'all came this way. I appreciate y'all for coming so like we can finish this shit, you feel me? So, this shit, appreciate y'all.
So, if y'all could remember, where did we leave off last conversation that we had?
Damn. I know exactly. Now, yeah, we was talking about Brazil. We was talking about how you used, I think you played with somebody from Brazil or something. Something about Brazil. You knew somebody from Brazil and it was something about basketball. I could tell you that much too. So, you know what? We can just skip over it since nobody remembers. Since nobody
we're talking about basketball.
Yeah, we were talking about.
I think I was telling you I was playing with different types of people.
Oh,
learning from them.
The overseas people.
Yeah,
that's what he said. Overseas.
Okay.
So you're on the right track. Yeah, I got homeboys and shit. So okay, we can start from there. Well, shoot. It was more in the sense of the reason why my business, because I remember the video, it stopped on me talking about my motivation to the business.
Yes.
You asked me about the business. Yeah, so learning that stuff from those people, like being around them, seeing how they play, understanding how they play, how they shoot. Like my favorite shooter, favorite person to watch about shooting is Lethal Shooter. Like he ain't really telling you nothing, but if you know basketball and like me being a shooter, like watching his formation, watching like the little technical shit, how far his wrist go back, how he flicked the wrist, like little small shit like that. Like I pay attention, like how his elbow, when do he release, how his feet landing, how far he jump forward, do he jump forward when he shoot, like shit like that. So that's what helped me, like going to see that stuff helped me understand what basketball was and how basketball is supposed to be played. Like to me, and like somebody like Lethal Shooter, three-point shooting is an art. Like it's definitely like a lot of focus you got to put into shooting a 3-pointer or even a jumper period, because you still got to create that space to throw the ball up. Like you can have people who jump real high that can intercept that ball, so you got to learn how to get the ball out of your hands faster, or do it to where you can make some space for this high jumper to not block your shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like art like that, because you got to like really think about an opening. And even down to the smallest increment, because you gotta like a small hole can create a great 3-pointer, just a little window. Like I tell people all the time, if you're not playing me to get me to dribble, you let me shoot, it's gonna be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because I could get a shot off with a little window. Like you could be like, let's say I back this table up, we could be like this close to each other, and you playing good defense. You think it's a good defense, but this window is gonna help me get my shot off. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be like to where I can't put the ball down or get a good shot off. You feel what I'm saying? So just understanding that from being out there and talking to these people or playing with these people. Like I ain't saying playing with them like I was on a team, but you know, street shit or just being outside and shit. It just was like I could teach this to the little kids in the hood. I could show them the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, everybody keeps saying a lot of football players come out of Miami, which is not false. There's a lot of football players that come out of Florida, period. Like, Florida, period, is a football state. Mm-hmm. But why? It's a lot of basketball talent, too. Why a lot of basketball talent can't make it to the NBA? Like, how many Miami people you heard made it to the NBA aside from Haslam?
No, this is actually true. And I never really thought about it like that. Yeah,
but everybody for football, though.
Nah, basketball really do get shitted on.
Yeah, but it's a lot of good players, bro. Yeah. We got a lot of good players, bro. It's a lot of good players in Miami. You know, it's a lot of good players in Broward about basketball, bro. You feel me? It's just like we don't get that recognition. Like as basketball players, I don't get that recognition. Feel me? Because everybody's still focused on like football. Yeah. Like I want to say, I'm saying this with like a whole heart. The motherfucking Norland been winning state for a long time.
Oh, with basketball?
Yeah. They got some good players coming out of high school. You feel me? Mm-hmm. They won state. I don't know how many times they won state, but they won state a lot in recent times. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been keeping up like with last year, but I'm pretty sure they went there. Mm-hmm. My point is like, why they ain't getting like, I know a few of them that came from Norland is playing overseas now, but why he couldn't be part of a draft? You know what I'm saying? Like a few of my homies that came from Kansas City, they got to play overseas because nobody really looked at anybody from Florida that could really ball.
You think that might be? You think that might be because the push in Florida is like much less? Like when it comes down to even the big colleges, you got FSU, UF.
Football.
It's all football.
Go to their school. You're going to see a lot of alma mater for like football. And then when the football season come around, that's why you see they go crazy. Nobody going crazy for the basketball season come around unless it's March Madness or they got all the good players, Duke, Kentucky. You know, of course, those are basketball countries. I mean, I said countries, that's dumb. Those are basketball states. You know what I'm saying? Those basketball states. So that's what they big on. You know what I'm saying? But we in the South, football is our shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, football has always been a Southern thing. Like, dominating, like, being big, strong, you know, big, you know, doing their thing. But basketball is just like, then even when Miami niggas, like basketball players go from Miami to another state, they gotta actually be the unique one. They gotta become something different, like changing up how they actually play. And I just like, I don't know, bro. I kind of want to change that. Like the next generation, I don't want them going through that. Like, y'all gonna get y'all recognition early. Y'all gonna do this in high school, and I'm gonna show you how to do it so you could carry it to the next level type thing. So that's just my motive when I do like my training and coaching, just to make sure the next generation of players won't go through none of that shit. So yeah.
What type of exposure does what type of exposure would those players need? Like is it getting their games played on ESPN? Is it actually having scouts actually coming to the games? Like, what is it that could get this talent seen? Because for them to go overseas, that mean overseas, owners, they see something that they like, and that's professional. At that, they get paid, right? So it's like, they obviously could go on and get paid for their talent, but why can't they do it in the NBA, being from Florida? Because you're right. Football is like king in Florida. Like, it really doesn't matter what it is. If you have you watch football team more than basketball team, FSU football team, etc., etc. So it's like, is that a culture thing? Like, is that really bigger than like something that one person could change or 1,000 people could change? Like, is that just a culture thing? Like, could that ever change?
I feel like, yeah, it could change. It could change in a way where it's, I don't want to say equal, because football is football, bro. Like, everybody understands that football is always going to be like a dominant. Like, everybody feel like you got to be very dominant, like, and playing football, and those are the roughest, toughest, the biggest, tallest, strongest. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had that notion or whatever, and it's proven, because there's a lot of football players who like big as fuck. You feel me? But it'll only change on what other basketball players doing. If we trying to show, are we representing? Or, like, what I mean by representing is, like, you see how football players go play for other teams outside the state, but they still represent for their city. Basketball players, some of them tend to like rep getting out of their city more than saying I'm from this city. You get what I'm saying? Like, a football player just built a nice football field with a basketball court just for the kids that have basketball, but that's a football player. You know what I'm saying? Haslam did something for his area and shit like that. I give him his props. You know what I mean? But like, it need to be a little more publicity, bro. Like, it need to be. Shout out to Freaka. Like, if y'all don't know who Freaka is, it's another YouTuber. He go around like Florida and do like basketball challenges and shit like that. Like, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not to give him like free promo and shit. I'm only saying this because he's Hispanic. But exactly. But he still get all these. He gives publicity to a lot of players who either played D1, but they just didn't make it to the next level, like NBA or overseas. They just still around the area trying to get it together, practice hard and stuff like that. So he exploiting them, like letting it be known that these players are everywhere. And Florida got basketball players, so y'all need to pay attention. But it need to be more people like him. Like, I'm trying to do that with the next generation. Like, show everybody like these kids gonna be next from this Florida. You get what I'm saying? It's the next generation. So he doing it with the people that's already still trying to build. I'm trying to get the next generation in that same mode. Because not only when I coach with Kansas City, I train other kids from other schools too. So it's just like I want to build that brotherhood. Like, no matter if y'all at different schools, we practice under Coach Justin. We coached under Coach Justin. Coach Justin taught us this. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to my goal is to become legendary. And that's going to be the reason, because what I'm passing to them, they could pass to the next generation. Or even their kids, if they trying to be coaches. Or even if they go somewhere and they try to, people try to tell them a certain way to do it, they're like, you know what? I'm going to be humble because this is what Coach Justin helped me be. control my emotions and things like that. So it's still being carried and passed down. You know what I'm saying? That's, to me, that's being legendary. Saying my name, like the kids saying, "Oh, Coach Justin did this for me. Coach Justin actually like helped me out with understanding and going for what I'm passionate about," type thing. Like, because once that start building up, you're gonna build. It's gonna build and build and build and build. You know what I mean? So that's why I was saying the thing about Frigga, but that's kind of what I'm trying to do, but with the young kids. Because like, remember in the old one, in the video we did last time, I was telling y'all my motivation was the kids to get better and stuff like that. So that's the details behind that motivation.
Wow, what was his name? Dion? Zion. I'm sorry, Zion. Shout out to Zion.
I just talked to him today. It's crazy.
Okay.
Sure, that's, you talking about anything? We vibing right now, man.
Okay, so that was just the summary of the last podcast. Exactly. That's all that was. Summary of the last podcast. But we was talking about something earlier, and we was talking about like where we was from. Like, we was really sitting there talking about where we was from, because I know some people that may see this. Some people may know exactly who I am. Like, oh, yeah, that's Sam. Some people may not know who the hell Sam is. If I tell you I'm from Carol City, some may say, no, he's not. But yes, I am. I grew up, I grew up in the city. And we pretty much moved to Carol City when I was like 11. And instead of going to Brentwood because I was supposed to go to Brentwood because I stayed right down the street. Mm-hmm. Instead of going to Brentwood, I said, Mom, could I just finish my last year out at Alapata? Now it's called Lenora Brandon Smith, but it was called Alapata Elementary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they changed.
That name got long.
Yeah. Lenora Brandon Smith Elementary School. Yeah.
Like, they went from Alapata, and then it was like, y'all was supposed to make it less complicated.
Nah, definitely.
Y'all did not do that.
Nah, for sure. But, and then I went to Carol City Middle, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Went to Carol City High, 9th through 12th grade. Shit, I even went to Flomo for a little bit. So it's like, for the rest of my life, I was in Carol City.
Nah, facts.
So, I really enjoyed growing up in Carol City. I met a lot of cool people. I met y'all. I met Justin like what, 7th? Yeah, I think it was 7th grade. Started fucking with Justin. I knew him since 6th grade, but I ain't started fucking with this nigga till 7th grade.
Nah, I'm gonna let you finish.
It's my turn. It's my turn.
I'm gonna let you finish.
But nah, and I really met a lot of. Honestly, I really met a lot of solid individuals from Carol City. And, I learned a lot of lessons, some street lessons, some lessons about life, some lessons about love, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I really learned everything I learned about life in Carol City. So it's like, I love Carol City, man. Like, that's just really like, that's just, my little spiel for that. I don't know who want to go next.
Man, I'll go ahead, because I have a lot, to be honest, because I'm from Carol City, born and raised, but I've lived everywhere from North Miami to Miami Gardens to I lived in Miami Lakes towards Hialeah at one point. Yeah, I was I was everywhere, man. I was everywhere. Talk about a Miami boy, right? Hey, that's why I love the Dolphins, man. No doubt about it. No matter how sorry they are, I don't care what you say about it. I don't care what you say. You can clear your throat. I'm gonna finish though. But listen, man. Listen, man. I moved around everywhere, man, and I learned a lot from a lot of people as well. And as a former Barbara Hawkins alumni, I met this guy. What grade were we in? What was this? First, second?
Third. I got Barbara Hawkins in 3rd grade.
Third grade, I knew this guy. I was friends with this guy longer than he was friends with me. Can y'all imagine thinking that you friends with somebody that they ain't even friends with you yet until later? It's like that. It's crazy when I found that out, but it was.
We was classmates.
Nah, man. The thing is, he said a joke. He said a joke and it was funny. I'm like, you know what? I like this guy. I like this guy, man. So we gonna be cool whole time. We weren't cool to the 7th grade.
Nah. We were cool to the 7th grade.
Nah.
You just wasn't like, this is my dog. To the 7th grade. That's all. You was my friend, but you weren't my dog.
Facts. That's cool. That's cool. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Cause look where we at, man. We locked in.
This what, like 10 years later?
Nah.
Oh yeah, it is. Like 12, 13, 14.
Bro, we talking about like 2008, 2009.
Yeah, 14 years, yeah.
That's like, yeah. So imagine.
Y'all boys knew each other.
Man, his brother knew my brother. His mama knew my mama, bruh. Apparently, my brother telling him to look out for me. I got a bit just to looking out for me, man. I ain't even know it, man. Man coming up to me, what's up, Shell? The whole time he looking out for me. The whole time he looking out for me. And it's like, man, we being with my brothers and stuff, learning about Carroll City, learning from people that they were friends with too. Like it was. That's why Carroll City is the place that it's like the crown jewel nobody knows about. It's that needle in that haystack, man. Like we really had some fire people come out of Carroll City. Like it's a lot of motion from Carroll City. Like and we know that. We know that we coming behind people. Like I'm gonna say one that's like way left field that people don't really talk about. Sean Taylor, rest his soul. Best safety in his time, bro. Like legend from out of there. Like Carroll City breeds beast, man. Like, and that's what we trying to. I feel like now this podcast is really getting to where we really started this. Like why we really started this. So yeah, boom, here we go. Sosa, why we really started this, man.
Man, you know, I always used to watch like, you know, different people interviewing peoples and stuff. And a lot of the times I see them interviewing like, you know, like no disrespect to them, because I know a lot, you know, I know people like this. I have people like this in my family, but a lot of times they'll just interview like gangbangers and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with hearing a gangbanger's perspective, but I'm from Carroll City. Yeah, people dibble and dabble in that, but for the most part, it's hustlers all around. So you got this person hustling this, you got this person hustling that. And it's like they're actually establishing what they're doing. Like, it's not a lot of pump faking from the city where I'm from. Like, if somebody say they doing something, they actually doing it. And they flourishing in it. So I really wanted this podcast to be that platform for the people that's actually doing what the fuck they say they doing. And as y'all can see, we got somebody to, you know, the left of me that's doing what he says he's doing. Like, he's doing it. Like, I'm in his crib, I see he's doing what he's saying he's doing. So it's like, you know, it's time for Justin, you know, to talk. But that was really the purpose of the podcast, man. Like, to just introduce a platform to people from Carroll City, other places too, but mainly the people from Carroll City that's really doing what the fuck they say they doing.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate this for happening. You know what I'm saying? Because these people that's like some of our classmates ain't here. You feel me? And they ain't here for, like, you know, reasons, you know, that go beyond what anybody else will understand. But we knew them when they weren't even in no shit like that. You feel me? So I'm not saying that I'm trying to just glorify what they did, but before they did what they did, like when we was in school, they were the people to, you know, give you their shoes. You know what I'm saying? They'll take the shoes off their feet to make sure you good. That's kind of classmates we used to have. Like, when I was in school, I knew some people from elementary school, like literally, like I said, we know just from third grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, Saint Amar, that's Justin's godfather. You know, from third grade. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then I just always appreciated like our class, Cause we always stuck together no matter what. Like we always stuck together through the whole time in school. We ain't never like. I remember like instances when like the staff would be like, oh, we ain't having this for such and such class. We be like, who? Who you talking to? You crazy? Like
they threatened us with taking away
a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all can't wear jeans. Who? A big text message went out. Everybody wearing jeans on Friday. All right, everybody wore jeans.
Why we wearing jeans today?
I got a text message. I got the text message. You feel me? I got a text message. They said go wear jeans. You feel me? So I like that shit. And then when we had our picnics, that really showed me that, you know, everybody fought with each other while we was in school. We celebrated like how we was with each other and shit like that. We celebrated, had fun with that shit.
Shout out to TR Kane, because we asked him this question last time too. But do you feel like there's any unity in Carol City?
See, I've been outside of Carol City, like meeting like older people who was from Carol City, and it's some that still hang out with each other from Carol City, but outside Carol City. You know what I'm saying? They in Daytona, they in someone went to Tampa. You know what I'm saying? Like they spread out. Like my brother and his homeboys, they made a whole like their own little group. You know, some niggas go out of town and say, "Oh, these niggas from the crib." Like niggas that would the crib. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they stick together because that's where they from. They from Miami. Like, and then when you go places and meet like older Carol City niggas, it's just like, oh, y'all still fuck with each other? That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. That cool as fuck. So, yeah, like when it comes to like different classes, different fuck with each other and shit like that.
So when we out of Carol City, then we'll click up more.
Yeah, it'll be locked in. Yeah, that's all we got. Like we don't know these people out here. But a Miami nigga know a Miami nigga. They know how everything goes. They know how the mind of a Miami nigga, because both of them know each other. They like, okay, he from Miami. He like this. He the hustler. He a crash out. He the nigga in Miami down. He up here because he trying to calm down, or he getting away from something. Like you know that instantly. Like soon as a Miami nigga go somewhere else and they see another Miami nigga, oh, what you up here for, man? I was doing. You know, that's it. You feel what I'm saying? You know from just a good conversation the reason why this person left Miami. And that's what like amazed me, because once y'all start conversating like that, and I've done this with older Miami niggas that's in another city, we'll start talking more and locking each other closer because of the relation. Because like I'm the young nigga, they the older, they the OG. They been in Miami and Carol City and shit like that. So things that they did, it relates to what I'm going through and what I'm doing. So they giving me game because they been through it already. They already did it. They from there. They was in this area. They been in those predicaments. So it's a unity, but it's just right now people are emotional. You know, we're talking emotions. So things happen to this certain person and they feel this way about this, and then it goes from there. So like now it's an eye for an eye. Yeah, they are. Personal justifies though, but like, is it right? You know what I'm saying? No, it's not right. But how can you tell people to react?
No, you. And
that's what I be saying. That's my thing.
That's exactly what I said, because we know what we talking about. We know what we necessarily speaking on when it comes to the disconnect with Carol City. Like, you know, if you from Carol City, you know what separates Carol City. So nobody's saying that anybody's wrong for how they feel about how they feel because of what this or that happened. Nobody's saying nobody wrong, but it just comes a point in time where we could just take the rapping for example. It's people popping from over here and it's people popping from over there, and if y'all just work together in some way somehow, it'll make it easier for somebody else to pop from over there in Carol City. Like just exactly. Just put everybody on, like, because me personally, I do feel like Carol City is kind of unified because the people in they like hoods and neighborhoods, oh, they support who they got, if they got a rapper, they gonna support them. If they got a person that breed the best Frenchies, they gonna buy them from them. Like they cook good food, they gonna buy from them. Like we support who in our hoods for real. We really support that. And like that's why me personally, I love the fact that I never had to get stuck to like, oh, you from Cherry Bay. Like a lot of people didn't even know I'm from Cherry Bay. But a lot of people didn't know that because I just played shit so cool and neutral the way it's like, bro, I know niggas from the 4, I know niggas from the 3, I know niggas from Ovalaka. I'm neutral. I'm not that guy. Like I'm chilling. I am not that guy. I'm just being me. And one thing I could say, bro, is people understand that. Everybody understands that. You can understand why you could see me posted in the picture with him, but you know, hey, this ain't about nothing, man. This just my dog that I knew from middle school. I played football with him. Like that's all it is. Like I really want to advocate more of people playing neutral. Like if you have the opportunity to play that role, just play neutral because you'll get so much further in life. Like
don't try to be something.
Exactly. Just
they also got to be allowed to though.
Who trying to get it in?
Oh no, it is a choice, but they also got to be allowed to. They gotta be allowed to remain neutral because you got some places, and even not even just places, you got some people that they grew up with. It's like, nah, it's either you with us or you against us, and that's
just because of association.
Just because of
I
association.
was never really associated with nobody from Kansas City because I wasn't from Kansas City.
Me, everyone who I was associated with was always older than me because it was, like we said, it was our older brothers who everybody really knew. So everybody knew me as, you blank brother, you blank brother. Yeah, that's me. Oh, okay, that means you blah 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 son. Yep, that's me exactly. So that's how they knew me. So, but yeah, my relation to everything else and everyone else was strictly neutral. Like if you was cool, you was cool. If you was a good person, you was a good person. And I want Kansas City to get back to that in some type of way. There are wounds that are hard to heal. Most definitely, wounds are hard to. That's why they're like wounds, like scars. They heal, but they still there. But that new skin is there too. Can't forget that new skin. That new skin is like the metaphor for like, okay, this is your new life. Like, what you gonna do with it? You gonna put another scar on top of this one? That's true. So, I want us to move forward as a city to where I will say, nah, we're not unified enough. Yes, we're unified, but we're not unified enough because if we were really unified, oh man, Kansas City would be. It'd be ridiculous down here because the thing is we don't just have rappers. Like you said, we don't just have football players. We have everything. We got rappers, we got football players, we got people who draw, we got people who can write a movie, we got people who can like really put some art out. Like we got people who can do anything. We got people who can do anything and then do everything. Like we got people who run track, play football, and we got literal, what's his name? The dude who, the shoe came, Bo Jacksons. We got literal Bo Jacksons down here. Like, they can do everything. Isaiah McKenzie. Came from Kansas City. Isaiah McKenzie came from, shout out to Isaiah McKenzie, man, playing for one of the best teams out there right now, the Buffalo Bills, man. Like I remember he came to Miami, played the Dolphins, and scored on us so nasty, and I was still so proud because it was at that moment it was like, nah, fuck the Dolphins. I see you, Isaiah. I see you, bro.
Dalvin Cook.
Ooh,
you feel me?
Ooh, yeah. Played football with him.
Hey, that's what I'm saying, like. Bro, Miami, bro, Kansas City, bro. Whether they want to call themselves Kansas City or not, bro, like y'all down the street. Shout out DeAndre though, but nah, he that's why basketball to my little brother. He just got drafted. Yeah, he just got drafted. Yeah, definitely. So it's just shit like that. But again, they got another brother named DeAndre Barnett. Yeah. But shout out to DeAndre. He a police officer right now. Congratulations, bro. He a Miami-Dade County police officer right now. Shout out to him. Burnett. Yeah. He just got into it. Another one, Anthony. They called him Red. He graduated old enough that he graduated my brother, your brother type thing. But he a police officer now. Like, these are OGs from Kansas City, but they play back. This is the problem I was having. Like, basketball. They boys are good basketball players. Great basketball players, bro.
It's crazy because the whole time you were saying that, I'm like,
DeAndre Burnett. He was spectacular. I love playing. I was happy that I was on his team.
So that's really some crazy shit.
Yeah.
He really was a good basketball player.
Bro, in the papers, yeah, all that.
I remember.
All that.
So again, what do you think it is that? What do you think it is that's that stall out? Like, what is it that?
Football.
Culture, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it
Football.
When I think about basketball, right? I look at it as from growing up. It's just something you really like. You do during the summer, or not summer, but you do when football season not around, just to stay in shape.
They don't pay attention to, like, again, like exactly like you just said.
Just to stay in shape.
They play basketball.
No intentions on taking it further than that.
If you go look at our Hall of Fame, you walk down that, y'all been back there, I'm pretty sure. But Kansas City got like a Hall of Fame. They got all the trophies and shit like that. You're gonna see more football than anything. Bro. They got a football sitting in the middle of that motherfucker.
But y'all had a good team.
Yeah, we was straight. Norland was going stupid. For real, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Norland got some shit in they gyms about basketball, but they still ain't got. They still ain't. Nobody still in the fucking NBA, bro.
So what do you think What do you think we can do?
Ain't nothing. All y'all can do, because unless you a player, all y'all can do is like keep like you see how, yeah, not pushing the issue, but just promoting more of basketball in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all, like, we got games coming up, y'all slide to a game, take a few like video, like, oh, look at that, like, you know what I'm saying? Certain kids, they do their thing. Oh, good job. Oh, they did good today. Such and such had this many points. You know what I'm saying? That's starting the whole platform.
You like not interview the players, but if somebody had a good game, we could talk to them, or
more on the stat side. Just be more on the, like, talk about how the game went.
Oh, no, of course.
Yeah, like, if y'all help with, like, if y'all want to help, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying y'all got to do it. I'm just saying if y'all want to help with, like, putting basketball really out there,
but that's good.
the game's just see how it go.
What they gonna be getting ready to encounter in college?
Yeah, I mean, if y'all want to add it, it could be like a little vlog if y'all want to add that into it. But no, I'm just saying, like, shit, they got apps to where you can keep up with the stats without even being there. Like, okay, see, did this today. Nolan did this today. You know, shit like that. That'll help, like, the high school kids get some type of action. Like, oh, they do that? What? They playing like that in Kansas City? They playing like that at Nolan? They playing like that at the West? Because these schools I'm naming, they got good football teams too now. You feel what I'm saying? Kansas City, not only one in the city that got good football teams.
Underlying fact that the football teams are just too popular.
Yeah.
Not even
Bruh, Central football team are going stupid. Central football team is going crazy. The West murdered Kansas City. And I love Kansas City. I love my football players, man. They're my boys. But we got to step it up, bro. But they going crazy, bro. You got a lot of prospects coming out of West and Central. Even when they go to college, they still such and such from Central, such and such from Norland, such and such from Kansas City.
We have a whole bunch of prospects.
Yeah. Football, though.
South Florida, definitely.
Football. What's his name? He went to our school. He graduated after us, probably like 2 years after us. He played for Kansas City and won a whole Super Bowl. Yeah. Got a whole Super Bowl on his belt. You feel me? That boy just said, I used to work. He said, I used to work at the Walmart down here.
I work at Walmart right now.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said, I used to work here, now I got a Super Bowl.
That's crazy. Hey, shout out to that boy, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's fine.
He did his thing in the Super Bowl, too.
Yeah, he did good, bro.
Did he stop a touchdown? Or something?
Man.
Or got a pick or something?
I seen him
Yeah,
all
that boy did something.
I'm saying, so it's just that, and I'm not mad at that. It's not that I'm mad at that. I'm just saying, like, basketball don't get that type of attention.
I saying, because even thinking about it, even being in high school, they didn't push y'all games.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
No, bro.
I don't remember going to basketball game pep practice, bro. Honestly.
Bro, I'm telling you. Even I could go further. I could go further. Track.
You feel like track get more play than basketball?
Track don't.
Oh, don't.
It's all football. Bro, you got some track runners that really ran and broke records from Kansas City, bro. One of the coaches, he was one of the top track runners.
You're talking about Moses Washington,
I
right?
think so.
Yeah.
I think his name, Coach Washington. I think his name. Great track runner from Kansas City, bro. And newspapers on everything. He still didn't get the chance to go to the level he needed to get because he wasn't looking at Kansas City for that. They were looking at Kansas City for the football team.
Well, if we be honest, it's the funding.
For football, though.
No, because in high school, it gets sent to the athletic program. The same thing like college. Like, it all gets sent through the athletic director, and they allocate it to the different programs. Now, if people donate specifically to the football program or something, that's different. But
That is.
Like, yeah, it's supposed to be allocated to all departments.
Yeah.
So that's
Again, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if basketball, Kansas City basketball, Northern basketball, West basketball, Central basketball not being pushed, and they're not getting like any eyes, like
I'm saying, that's
like
on the athletic departments at the school at that point.
I mean, it could like, I'm not sitting here saying basketball players ain't got to play their part too. Basketball players got to,
Scouts out though, like not bring.
but basketball players got to do their part too, though.
But they got to show.
You feel what I'm saying?
All right, so okay, we never asked that question. Is niggas from the crib really balling? Like, is they really balling like that compared to Bronny?
Compared to Bronny, in front of crib, yes.
Okay, so if they
Yeah.
balling like Bronny, we understand why Bronny gonna get what he get because
Right.
his name Bronny.
Right.
But for everybody under Bronny, why they not up there too? Like, why they can't get that same?
How many times you heard somebody from Miami go to anywhere?
Basketball wise, bro, I haven't. Like, I just haven't.
Was it an amazing?
I was the only basketball players I kept.
You feel what I'm saying? You really ain't hear too much. Oh, such and such from Miami Gardens and just made it to Kentucky.
Nah.
We go to UF, UCF, UM.
So
We go and we don't lead the state. We don't lead the state, bruh.
So
And if we lead the state, it's to a JUCO,
I was about to say
D2.
Yep.
I ain't saying those things bad. It's just like, bro, we don't get that. We don't get that. Like, oh shit, he really could shine if we develop him how we develop everybody else.
Because I feel like them schools, as far as basketball down here, they definitely recruit outside of Miami first.
Basketball, they go everywhere else first. Like, New York is a basketball state. Them boys could ball out there in New York, for real, for real.
They got the whole
Like-
but that's their culture. That's all.
Exactly,
They got
exactly.
Space for football.
You're right.
Really, or to play in the streets and play football. Like, so now it's a culture thing.
Yeah, it is. They at the court more. Yeah. Yep. People don't know if they really know how to play basketball, for real though. I mean, we got some ballers in the South. That's my only problem is they not looking at the South for like ballers, because there's some ballers in the South, bro. There's some real ballers in the South, especially like you know, you got few in Louisville, you got few in Alabama. Like, them boys ball too. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got them. Those are big names though. They already big football, but they big in basketball too. I'm just saying Florida wise. Florida wise is just like overlooked.
So if that's the case, how can our high school players get shine when the college players ain't even really doing what they need?
The power of social media now though.
This is true because you saw how JSU became like damn near the place to be, right?
Yeah. Power of social media. Power of social media. That's the only way.
Nah,
That's the
bro,
only
I'm
way.
telling you, man, you sound like you could be the guy that fight this fight.
Oh no, I'm definitely in the war.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, I'm definitely like wanting that to happen for my city at least. I'm always at Betty T challenging anybody, and if I see a kid out there trying his best to figure out something, I teach him. And once I teach him, then they be like, "Oh, mom, he taught me how to do this." Then the mom, you know, they try to get the conversation to see if I can help more. I don't really care about the money. I just want to make sure that kid's happy.
So okay,
That kid happy.
in your opinion, from Kansas City right now, what you know, you're a coach. You can't say that. You can't keep it biased, right?
No, I mean, I train too.
Okay, so who's the best, like, I say by sophomore, junior?
I got a lot of sophomores. I can't give you a precise person because everybody garbage, and I tell them that like y'all garbage, bro. I want y'all to humble yourselves. I ain't finna gas you up.
What about a past student? Someone that's moved on, like past students that you had. Who's that model student that you had where it's like this is what you need to be so you can get to where you trying to
It gotta be a student or it could be somebody I know.
Somebody you know.
Marquell, my boy Marquell Smith.
Okay.
He underrated, bro. To me, he underrated because he got a different style of play. It's a new style of play. Like if I could show y'all a video of him scoring and it looks beautiful, bro. It looks amazing. Like he do it like effortless. And to me that's amazing because he really finding spots. He a spot up shooter. Some people might say he weak or whatever, but if y'all give him the right information and y'all he get the right trainers and stuff like that, he would be amazing, bro. I don't know why he wasn't even even a prospect or even something to talk about to go to the NBA. Man was good, bro. The man's still good. I'm happy he came back to the school and played the kids for me too. Like he was there showing the kids how he played and shit like that. I appreciate that. His brother won state for the Kansas City football team. The quarterback, that's his little brother. He came there. We played a game with the kids. We beat the kids, but that just showed me like it's talent. These boys are talented. Why they ain't been on my dog Joseph? Joseph came back. We played a game. Zach came back, played a game with the kids. You get what I'm saying? Zach good, bro. Zach know how to ball. If he had the right shit and everything to go forward, and people really gave him that opportunity, Zach could be something nice.
Nah, cause he was balling.
It was ballers, bro.
He was balling.
I remember people.
It was ballers, bro.
Zach gonna be the fifth
From middle school shit.
Yes, middle school. He played at Kansas City Middle. We played at Kansas City Middle School, bro. Yes.
Cause I remember he came to Kansas City Middle, and that nigga just shout out to Zach.
Yeah, shout out to Zach.
That boy was just balling since middle school. Bro.
Yeah. So that shit like that. But trust me, bro. I want this fight. This is the fight I want. Cause this again to go back to me being. I know I say this a lot, but back to being legendary. You know what I'm saying? This is me leaving something behind.
That's the type of stuff that they make a documentary about.
Yeah, I just want to impact. To consider yourself a leader, you got to be a player, right? You got to be in the mix. So I'm in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the mix trying to get somewhere until I get to that point, which is God in the next generation. And that's just my thing, because what we talked about for last podcast was like being taught from other generations. I want to be that person. You know what I'm saying? I want to give the information to that person. Those kids, I mean.
Nah, bro, this is like, it's something important, because if young boys that's from wherever they at in Florida, if they got ambitions on going to the NBA or even going to college playing basketball, like, they got to realize this is something that they got to face. Like, you're not really going to get looked at. Like, I know you good, but you're not going to get that much attention, right? So now you got to be even better. Like, y'all understand, y'all can't just ball regular no more. Like, it's no more. You can't be like Kyrie. You got to be like yourself now. You got to be you. You got to be the next whatever. Yeah. Because it's like they ain't really looking.
Yeah, got to go crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Got to go crazy. But yeah, man, shoot. John,
Yeah, I actually had a question.
What's up? I mean, we could cut. If y'all want to, we can stop it real quick so I can show y'all how. We can edit this one. I can edit this one with y'all right now, so I can show y'all how to edit. Period.
Oh yeah, because we still got it. The main thing we needed to learn was that thumbnail.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we still gotta do that too. I'm gonna show y'all all that. So this it. I mean, how y'all want to end it? Hey, y'all gonna? Yep.
Nah, shit. Hey, this was another little segment of not another little, because everything big around here. You gotta think big. Ain't nothing little around here.
When you turn on that camera,
Everything big. But this is another segment of Kickin' the Podcast. I'm your boy Sosa. That's my boy Luke. Featuring the legendary Justin Smith again, man. And if y'all don't take nothing from this conversation, man, like,
just know
Kansas City coming back. Because I was trying to think of everything we talked about. But listen, shout out to Kansas City. We need to stick together. We gonna stick together. And man, y'all young boys out here playing basketball, step your game up because they watching. They watching.
Yes, sir. Oh.